So we finally have a new video from Infinity Ward. They're pretty much giving us some reveal and some talking points about the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 4, and they're probably gonna be showing some gameplay and everything of that nature. So I'm very excited. There's gonna be probably some little sneak peeks and little things that we're going to see throughout this video and then what they're talking about. So let's go ahead and get into it. Very curious on what their whole thing and their whole stick is now with the whole change within Modern Warfare 4 and the leadership. So let's check this out.
We set off to make the best multiplayer arcade shooter we possibly could, and to us that meant modern warfare with unrestricted fluid movement, array of different
Good to
types of
hear.
equipment, kill streaks, guns, deep systems for you to engage with.
If the player wants to do something, they should be able to do it. When they pick up the
Yes.
sticks, we want them to go, oh shit.
I like that. Yeah, I like hearing that from this new leadership and this new.
When Mark and I took over Infinity Ward and we were talking about what our goal should be,
When I sat down with him, I was like, all right, Jack, so
Okay, so though these are the two co-studio heads. Good to see that there's someone new. I would like to say the old ones started to really tick me off when they started bringing up certain things back in the day during Modern Warfare 2019. Good fresh air, new leadership involved around this studio. Good to see so far.
what do you want out of this?
we were both very passionate about the fact that it should be about making the best game possible.
I told him, I said, look, if you and I are doing this, you and I need to be on par with everything that we do.
Mark and
I
I
like
very
that.
quickly settled on the fact that it shouldn't be about our egos. It should be about make the best modern warfare the world has ever seen.
The game is
Fucking love hearing that. I love fucking hearing that because I've said for years it's a fucking ego thing in these studios. Like obviously the executives and these bigger people higher up have these huge egos and not understanding gaming besides the money that's in it. But good to hear that we have these actual studio heads actually actually together on this one standpoint and there's no egos surrounding it is really good to fresh air because, like I said, Infinity Ward, the last leadership, I didn't want to bring them up. They've constantly, what I've heard from them throughout the years, especially Modern Warfare 2 and even Modern Warfare 2019, they were stick to what they wanted to do and they did not care about feedback. As long as they heard it, they still didn't change things. And it really frustrated me.
itself is fun as hell. I I love playing the game. And one of the things that we've pushed since the beginning is if you're making the game, you need to play the game. But
Yes,
Friday
sir.
is now.
Fucking God, man. Where the fuck did these co-heads, like, I'm glad we have some people like this in Infinity Ward. It's so good, big of a fresher. I know this is gonna sound fucking crazy. The words don't matter, it's the actions. But hearing this from these guys, obviously this is could be PR, it could be not, whatever the case may be. But if this coming from their heart, I love it so much because like that in general is kind of like where I stand when I hear devs, especially when I go off of War Dogs. War Dog devs, what I've seen so far, what they've talked about, they're very transparent. They talked about microtransactions. They've talked about numbers. They're not worried about the numbers of how many people are playing the game. They understand we're not going to get these numbers and it's going to be a niche game, things like that. And we're trying to get the audience that wants to play our game. I love that. And what I'm hearing from him and what they're saying so far is kind of like a big of fresh air coming from a Call of Duty development team in general.
Is the play day, the
Mhm.
play test day. Ain't nothing else.
I need help. They're pushing me. Oh my god. Full charge. Oh! Nice. The house is ours.
Oh, okay. They're showing off that I don't know. That kind of looks like I'm trying to remember. There's a couple maps from Modern Warfare 2019. I know there's different maps, and I know there's like a different map that like cycles through like 900 different variations.
This is our house now.
Oh, fuck. God.
Oh, no. Dude, what?
Jack,
there's a lot of money right in there. We cannot lose the lead. Gee, dude.
Little mouse and keyboard guys. I see the deagle there. I love seeing that. Like that's cool. Like I love see this social media team, whoever's working now, Infinity Ward. Shout out to you. I know this is a marketing thing, so they might trying to make everything look good. I understand that standpoint, but it's good to fresh air to kind of see what's going on in the devs, what they're actually going through, what they're doing, and actually playing the game and stuff of that nature.
How was the playtest the other day with the cross studio playtest?
Movement, definitely saw a big improvement.
This guy, he's still there. This,
With the cross
this
studio
guy,
playtest.
Movement.
like I remember during 2019 when they announced that stuff and they wanted like the lower rank players to be this and that and try to like save them, or like when I heard that from him, and I think it was one other person right next to him, I'm not exactly sure immediately, but like I know he's still a part of this, like generally, but I'm kind of glad there's other people clashing with opinions and get away from their ego. I'm glad to see that.
Definitely saw a big improvement. People were feeling like they felt more
Oh,
unrestricted.
there's some gameplay.
Still felt like it fit Modern Warfare.
Okay,
It was
this
cool to
tax
see
brings
people
back.
sliding over the cars that we have. Like, it was rad to see people use our new movement tech and, like, you know, mantle.
Okay, so like sliding, really holding that down, really puts you in like a certain like sliding standpoint to the back, like literally have your feet out. It might feel clunky. That I've also heard rumors, people talking about that standpoint, but they've also said they're trying to change that, so it's good to hear.
To slide, get on top of cars, or even use the new.
That's
platform.
fast.
What
The
I love is
mantle's
just how
fast.
natural it feels. It's not like the movement options are
Okay, like the mantle, like being able to mantle on certain other objects will become a little bit more of like a tech, and you'll start to see more pro players and more players in general abuse certain walls that have those tech to use movement to their advantage, which would be interesting to see. But also seeing like I haven't seen the full slide canceling or anything of that nature. If it's anywhere in borderline to Modern Warfare 2019, what I've heard was a mixture of Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 2019. If 2019 is the movement or close to it that they've found, I think that's a good balance of movement. Like I still love that type of movement. Now in Call of Duty, I can't like if I go to old Call of Duties, I still enjoy it, but I still enjoy the movement that we have now, if that makes sense.
difficult to wrap your head around. You just pick up the controller and you can feel it instantly.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think it's gonna feel natural to a casual player, and there's enough space where you can like optimize and really
and master the movement.
I would like to see that.
We got kind of dinged on Modern Warfare 2
Yes.
with our movement, where we took some things away, some freedom. People like, oh man, I can't do this. This doesn't feel good. The movement's terrible. So for this project, we were like, we need to make some adjustments.
We set off to make unrestricted movement at the beginning of this game. Then the ideas that started coming out of people like mantling into slide.
Ooh, that's
slide into
fast,
supine,
actually.
Like all these kinds of ideas are like,
Okay, so they still went with the mantling system, but it's still fast and fluent. I gotta give them that. Like they've definitely refined it, so I have no problem with that. Tac sprint still to me is kind of annoying. Like I just don't like it that much after playing Black Ops 7 for a little bit. I kind of wish they didn't have that, but it's cool. Whatever. I can deal with that system.
that's awesome. Let's put that in the game. And so I love all that stuff because the game just feels fluid. It feels dynamic. It feels like everything I want to do, the game responds. Like all the ideas from the team around movement, how to make it feel that way, are fantastic.
Nice. He's behind the truck. Yeah. Oh, nice. Do it. Oh, nice.
I was trying to see the UI there.
This way. You got it. You see him too. Oh my God. Yes. Sorry, Joe.
I think they'll never show their POVs because, like, I love devs, like some of these devs to death, but some of them are like realistically are like not that good at video games that they play. Obviously, so a little bit standpoint. Some are really good, some are just not. That's just the funny thing.
It's an incredible experience, right? To be with a team that has, you know, shipped so many titles, and that's great learning tools for me as a designer to have this, you know, by proxy experience working with you guys and other people at the studio to say, you know, here's how to be a better designer, and here's how, you know, to really elevate your feature to the next level.
We might have some experience, but
We know how we failed.
We have
Right.
to.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
We have to make sure that we're not just saying like, we know what they're, you know, this is make the assumptions.
Yeah.
You know, it's good with new people and new perspectives that can say, well, you know, this might be better, and it's a back and forth. Any maps jumping out to people?
Like Transit, I think it's your new masterpiece.
Transit is
Fire.
Wait, Transit? Are we thinking of the same Transit? Like,
Yeah.
what are they doing with that?
What about K Block?
Oh,
Kill Block.
is that the
Kill
one?
Block.
Is that the map that changed?
That is a crazy
changes.
map. Kill block has kind of been an idea in my head for a long time. I've made a ton of maps. So then you're eventually like, what's the next level? Like, how can you keep coming up with layouts? How can you keep coming up with maps? And it was like, shit, before we just make one that just is living and it keeps changing. Every time you play, it just changes.
And what Killblock does is these 3 slabs. They're all built to kind of nest with any other 3 like slabs, and we're able to randomize that at runtime when you're playing the game. When you play a multiplayer game for a while, like you have this sense of discovery each time you play a new map, but that kind of quickly fades, right? You've played that map maybe 5, 10 times. You're like, I get it. I know all the places.
Yeah.
That never fades with Killblock.
Yeah, like looking at it, like when they talk about slabs, it literally looks like what they're doing here is literally this map is going to change drastically to the point where you're not going to recognize the map at the end of the map or the match in general. So that's kind of cool.
So each of these are an individual slab. Some of them prototypes and some
Like I'm trying to see like, okay, you have like a literally a flight hangar there. Like there's probably gonna be some maps here. If I'm being 100% real, I'm trying to see if I notice any layouts that comes out to me right now, but I don't really see at the
of
moment.
them real. And so each of these is technically the size of some of our 2v2 maps.
Okay.
But when you get the 3 of them, it equals the size of Shoot House. We
Okay,
put out
that's
a map
not that
called
bad.
Shoot
That's not that
House,
bad.
And it was that size.
Okay. So
With
they
the
like
slabs
cycles.
and with the combination system that we have, that is 100. We have the content to do upwards of 900. Tech-wise, we're trying to get to 500.
That
Killblock
would be
is
a
one of the
cool
things
map.
I'm
That
like,
would be
as
cool
a
map.
player myself, I'm like, dude, I can see myself spending like hundreds and hundreds.
Ooh, they just showed off the Clader class system. I just now had to pause there. I just now because I think I didn't see it earlier. Dude, the UI actually just it shoots out to me right now. If I'm my general opinion, kind of gives off COD 4. It kind of gives off a little bit of a stint to COD 4 Clader class like UI. And I see the side here. It looks like the UI has been refined and more simplistic, which I'm fucking happy that is the case. And they talked about the UI being changed and everything. So glad to see that.
Hundreds of hours in this.
If I could best describe Steve's playstyle, though, it's he'd land 2 shots and he'd be like, "Run away, just win on time."
Yeah.
We're mown
I got
down.
it. I'm coming your way soon.
Oh, look who it is.
Oh,
Hey, Steve.
My play style is just winning.
Yeah,
Winning.
winning.
Take note.
We just covered that.
We've just established
covered
that that's
yeah.
not a
Keyword win. I'll see you at the playtest, guys.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
I wonder if they're gonna show off some like people being there.
Go. Use the smoke. Kill it! Oh my god, dude.
Bam, one.
Dude, he came up
It sucks that they're not showing that much, but they showed a little bit.
I fought like hell, you guys.
That's how we do it.
Okay. Oh, I flashed. Oh, we got it. We got it. Oh my god, not like this. Yeah, that's it.
I kind of want to go back. I literally kind of want to go back, like little pixelations.
Oh my god, not like this.
Like they really fucking pixelated of that. I'm trying to see some of the maps here. Wait a second.
Yeah, that's it. My god.
I was trying to see if someone like went fucking okay. So there's money. Inflation? Did we ever have this game mode? It's called inflation. It's something money related. I don't remember if this was ever a game mode. Put in the comments if there's ever a game mode called inflation. That would be an interesting game mode. I would like to see that is. It looks like 55 is that rank that we're gonna get this time around as well.
Everybody, I think we learned something. All right. Griggs, we've learned something today. Yes. Jackie, Jack. That's 6-0.
You know, we as a design team take a lot of feedback from everybody here at Infinity Ward, and it's like, you know, we touch everything like, you know, weapon feel and movement and stuff like that. So something that I really like too is like how playtest forward our studio is, right? Like we have this culture where every day we're playing our game and every day we're getting feedback and anyone can give feedback.
There's two types of players that I want to win. I want the like cracked player, but also like the smart player who's like thinking about how they're going to approach certain situations.
I love that mindset. I love the mind. Like coming from me, like I'm like in between. I'm like a casual, but I'm also like a veteran to the game to the point where I'm like, okay, like I'm not no normal casual that you can just point out and say, okay, this guy is like a bot central. No, I feel like I'm in like the top 5 or 10% of COD players, which is not crazy impressive. But in general, for me, like hearing this from a sweat perspective and like a strategy perspective, I'm like hearing that right off the bat because the last time that these guys, not particularly him, went on stage, talked about the very, very casual fan base, which I don't mind that. I understand that perspective because that's the majority of players, but it's good to hear about the sweats.
And being creative and catching people off guard. And I think if you have both of those people cooking, like you're in for a great game. I feel like
Yes,
this
sir.
game is like a homecoming for me. And I feel like for players, I want, you know, people that haven't been playing COD for a while and people that have been playing COD every year. Like I want all those people to come home.
Both Jack and I have
I
been
like
in the
that
trenches,
perspective.
and we understand what it's going to take, and we are trying our best to push our team to make sure that they all are equipped with the strength, the knowledge, the support to be successful.
That I got to say. But I have to say that was actually a little bit refreshing. Obviously, actions speak louder than words. So in general, I feel like what we've saw so far with movement, it's still I have to get my hands on it. Obviously, I have to see actual good players. No offense to these devs out here. But at the same time, their movement and what they're showing they didn't really show slide canceling, probably a little bit, probably if you saw on the screen somewhat of like fluent matchmaking and how it's actually played throughout the match. But they were showing off the mantling pretty much a lot faster than it ever was in Modern Warfare 2. And it's actually fluid. I feel like you can actually do a good amount of things doing that around cars and other things of that nature. We will see how that goes though. And also with pretty much the slide, it seems accurate to what people said. It's like in between Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2. And I'm like a mixture of opinion on that. I have to see what if the slide canceling is actually very useful and actually makes it feel like a little bit of Modern Warfare 2019 from that aspect. And them showing off the Clater class system in the UI, I'm fucking happy as shit that they decided to choose that route because I'm happy as shit. Like the UI that we had the past couple years have been god awful, especially the HUD going into the Call of Duty app itself. I hope that completely changed by itself. But that alone and the UI just looks like a Call of Duty Clay to class system, if that makes any sense. And what I was hearing from the studio heads in general, I have to give them a little bit of grace here. Hearing them when they talked about Modern Warfare 2 and kind of their opinions and them talking about like obviously a couple of those guys talking about the maps, talking about like the sweats and everything, kind of trying to play to those type of play styles is very cool to see as well. Having their talking about that as well as actually like knowing their criticism, knowing what happened during Modern Warfare 2 and what they have to change and what they have to do, and hearing that they have a co-studio head, so it's like their ego aside, they could do a very good thing this year. I will be honest, but at the same time, this is Call of Duty. At the end of the day, this is Infinity Ward. Also, I can't even trust Treyarch at this point, like what they've made. Obviously, them making 2 games back to back is not a very good thing. So they didn't really put a lot of cook in the kitchen, to be real. So I'll give a little bit of grace for Treyarch. I feel like the one person that, or one development team that I can trust the most in this moment of time is still Sledgehammer Games, especially with Modern Warfare 3 and what they've done. Like, they did a good job with updates and frequently getting stuff for us to be entertained. And that was the last time I played Call of Duty like religiously on and off for like 5 months. That's like normally how long I play Call of Duty. But like Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7, I kind of completely gave up on the game the first month. I would say probably the Black Ops 7 particularly. I just got bored of it, you know? And that's is what it is. But I do want to see what Modern Warfare 4 has to offer. I do want to see what DMZ has to offer. But also, they just gotta click on everything that we've been asking for and then some. You have to just more than just fix what you made mistakes. You have to show us above and beyond. Like No Man's Sky, for example, they gotta have we gotta get that some type of treatment, um, for us to actually like say to the Infinity War team, we believe you, and like that stuff like that. It's just like it has to be at that some type of level because Call of Duty is in a very bad spot from a PR and a publicity standpoint. Obviously, it's going to have its numbers. I've already said multiple times before that had the numbers. The numbers were there. It has like 4.9 million people concurrently playing during a month or a week during when they had the PlayStation thing. They were showing it off and everything. It just proves to me like outside of Call of Duty, Fortnite's the only one with those numbers. Yeah, we have Battlefield that's in the like an Apex Legends in the top 10 still. Cool to see from a Battlefield fan. I like Battlefield as well, seeing that. And I've said before, people want to clash between this fucking community between Call of Duty and Battlefield. And a lot of the reason why we got skill-based matchmaking tweaked down to hell and a lot of other things changed on Black Ops 7 was because of Battlefield. The more you want to say it, and how much even Battlefield right now is struggling to even get actual updates out and concurrently doing stuff is kind of understandable. Like even Battlefield's kind of fucking them from their own standpoint over there. And I've heard that they've also done a little bit better and actually doing good things over there so far in the past week or two. I've heard. I would have to look more into that, but it just proves my point. It just we need people in development teams that we can trust. It used to be Treyarch. It used to be like we watching the Treyarch, but I'll give them the saving grace this time around because they had 2 games back to back. Unfortunately, we didn't like get that grace. So we will see how that goes the next game they make. But on Modern Warfare 4 and everything of that nature, when the playtest comes around and we get more information and more things, and we actually get our hands on the game for the beta, I will have my full opinion on whether I'm getting this game or not. I'm still skeptical. I'm still thinking, but hearing what I've heard so far is good things so far. But we'll see if the actions are speaking louder than the words. We'll see.